Hello and welcome to another episode of SBC Life Behind the Scenes, where we introduce you to some of the study opportunities available at the Scottish Baptist College. Today I'd like to tell you about a brand new course starting this coming September. It's an upper level course called Paul and the Gospel of Jesus. Many people who become Christians may describe themselves as having responded to the gospel or the good news. But where do we find this good news? The New Testament includes 4 documents called Gospels, and one of these opens with the words, "The beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God." Is this document the gospel, or does it simply contain the gospel? Later in the first chapter of Mark, we read that Jesus came proclaiming the gospel of God. He helpfully expands by explaining that this kingdom of God was the gospel. Many of Jesus' parables then present a deliberately veiled description of that kingdom. The kingdom of God is like, it's something that we can see or enter or receive. Is this what Jesus' audience were to respond to? Was it this kingdom of God, this message of Jesus, that was preached to me when I first heard and believed the gospel? When we turn to the book of Acts and read the account of Paul's preaching there, kingdom is again a recurring theme. But what other elements does Paul focus on? And does his focus change depending on whether his audience is Jewish or Gentile? And then we come to Paul's letters themselves. We find there that he often talks about the gospel, but puzzlingly, he rarely mentions this kingdom that was the very focus of Jesus' gospel preaching. What are we to make of these differences between the gospel preaching that we found in the Gospels and in Acts, and what we find in Paul's letters? This is clearly an extremely important topic, and intriguingly, over the past few years, it has been receiving fresh interest amongst many leading New Testament scholars around the world. They're raising questions that I haven't explored in a student course before, and I'm hoping that this course will give us lots of space to think, explore, and discuss about Paul and the gospel of Jesus. If this has piqued your interest, you can find further information on the college website.